Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a great day. This is Keon Corniff, also known as Mr. Finance. And like I owed you guys from last night, let me see here. Let me tag a few folks from last night that, you know, my my internet was messing up very bad yesterday. So a lot of people didn't get a chance to really hear what I was sharing and what I was talking about. So I just want to come on here and give it back to you guys. I did see you guys inbox and you requested for me to redo it. So I'm doing that right now. And like I promised, I'm going to break it down to you guys. So give me a second. I'm just sending out the tags, guys, because, a lot of people, like I said, um, wanted to hear this information as an entrepreneur. Dennis, what's going on, brother? Pleasure to have you on, man. So things that you must do as an entrepreneur to have a positive environment, right? And a lot of people always ask me this question, like, Keon, how do you remain so positive? How do you go about creating a positive atmosphere in your life and especially in business? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm always positive, but most of the time I aim to be positive and I try to surround myself with a lot of positivity, and a lot of people that's in my surroundings are positive people. If for whatever reason they become negative, I kind of pull myself away from that because little history, right? I'm just going to give you a quick background. I'm not going to let this video be a long, drawn out thing. It's going to be a straight to the point. I come from a background where I was around a lot of negativity, all right? And I mean, it was easy for me to be a negative person. It was easy for me to be that type of guy that remind you that, hey, I'm a very aggressive guy. So I come from that background, right? Where respect is at its all-time high. You disrespect me, I'm going to make sure you feel it type of guy, right? And that was where I come from. So when I came into this business, when I came around this environment, everybody was all this positive. Everybody was always this smiley and happy and always speaking. I'm like, there's no way you're always this positive, right? So I found out that it's not about always being positive. It's a matter of choice, right? It's a matter of, do you want to be negative or you want to be positive? Do you want to be a positive impact or you want to leave a negative impact, right? Everything. We are creatures of choices and decisions. So I learned that very early in my career of being an entrepreneur. And then I started deciding that I kind of like this positive thing. I like feeling happy. I like forgiving people. I like looking the other way. I like letting people talk when they want to talk. I like that I don't have to prove myself all the time to let you know that you disrespect me, I'm going to make sure you remember. Like, I've learned to become positive, right? And I smile a lot more. I feel a lot better. So I just want to share with you guys what I did, right? I mean, it may work for you. It may not work for you. But I know it worked for me and many other people before me, right? So one of the things that we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about how to be positive as an entrepreneur. Your mentor didn't just become this overly positive person overnight. Didn't. There's no such thing as an overnight positive person. Now, is there people that are very positive? Yeah, there's people, but there's people also that's very negative. We live in a very negative society. We live in a negative world where bad news travel much faster than good news. This is the society that we live in. So because of this, remember, we are creatures of what we see and we are creatures of what we do. We are creatures of what we hear. So if we hear negativity, we see negativity, and we see people doing negativity, what do you think you're going to be? Negative. Okay? So you being positive is not, it comes with a lot more exercise because they don't exercise positivity in this world, they exercise negativity. And negativity, like I said, get a lot more exposure versus the positivity. So let me give you the tips of things that I've done, right? In my life, what I did was I learned about creating what's called affirmations, right? In my early career as being an entrepreneur within the World Financial Group and World System Builders, right, I learned about creating affirmations. My mentor always tell me that he always said, Keon, you got to write down the things that you want to be, the things that you want to have, and the person that you want to become. And affirmations help you to do this, right? Because remember, you don't understand that the law of attraction, right? There's a book called The Secret. I'm going to tell you books that you should read. But there's a book called The Secret, and it talks about the law of attraction. It's true. It is very powerful, and you got to be careful what you say and what you speak about because it can become a reality. Even thinking about it and saying it, oh my God, you give it so much life. So I learned about affirmations, and I learned to put positive things out in the universe, and I learned to how to create my reality, right? So affirmations is things like I am, the I wills, the I have, right? You got to speak as if you already have it. That's why they said that the power is within the tongue. They say that you got to speak. That's what faith means, right? If you're very into your religious beliefs, that's what the word faith is to believe it already is as it, and it didn't happen yet, right? So affirmation is kind of like the same way. So when you do create your affirmations and you say, I will do this, I will do that, I will do that, you're speaking it that you will do it. Now, if you said, I have this and you don't have it, like I have $1 million, you don't have it yet. So if you keep speaking it, some way, somehow, the universe is gonna create some way for you to obtain this $1 million, right? And if you want to become a better person, you say, I am a positive person, I am smart, I am a leader, I am strong, I am, and I am, and I am, I will, I have, right? And you speak these things in your affirmations. I always say that you want to have your top 10 affirmations, and you read that twice a day, right? If you can read it 3 times a day, that's amazing. If you can read it in the morning, you can read it in your afternoon, you can read it before you go to bed. I promise you, you're going to see things start happening, and you're going to see things start changing. So think about who you want to be, think about what you want to become, and think about all the things that you want to have, and think about all the new characteristics that you want to develop within yourself, and write them down in affirmations that you say every day to yourself. Me and my son, we do have our affirmations that we say every morning, and I make sure that he go off and start his day that way. So affirmations really work because you're speaking it out in the universe, and the universe will bring it back to you. All right. Remember, the Bible says the power is within the tongue. Okay. So you got to understand that if you could think it and you could speak it, it shall be. All right. So always remember that. The next thing you got to do is then create goals. All right. The reason why most people got time to focus on being negative, the reason why most people have even the opportunity to start being negative is because the fact that they don't know where they're going. All right? They don't know where they're going. Here's one. So the reason why people get negative is, or they get dwelled in negativity, is because the fact that they don't know where they're going. If you know where you're going, you don't dwell in the negativity because it's all part of the process. All right. Life is about process. Life is about goals. Life is about getting to some destination. So when you hit an obstacle, you don't dwell in it. And that's when you become negative because you dwell in a part of the process. So when you have your goals, you know where you're going. All right. This helps you to remain positive. If you know where you're going, you don't dwell in where you are. Right? Because where you are is not your final destination, but it's where you're going, you focus on, and you use affirmations to help remind you of how great you will become and how great you're going to be. Okay? So always remember that. The next thing is this. You got to start listening to audios. You got to control what you're listening to. You got to start controlling who you're listening to and what you're hearing and what you're understanding. So when you start taking the time to start listening to great audios, you got to listen to motivational audios. There's millions of them on YouTube for free. All right? I listen to an audio once a day. All right? I either listen to it in the morning, or if I come across something, I take the time and I refocus my brain. I trigger something, and guess what? I'm able to do that. All right, so I listen to a lot of positive audios. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I could tell you a few people who you could listen to. You could listen to people like Les Brown, right? You could listen to people like Tony Robinson. You could listen to people like the Ed Milettes. You can listen to people like me, right? You can listen to me on my YouTube channel, right? A lot of positivity over there too. You can listen to who else? Joel Osteen, right? The TD Jakes, right? Just to name a few people. These are some of the people that I listen to. I listen to some of these people. Gary Vee, absolutely, John. Gary Vee, the man, hands down, right? So these are just a few people that you can listen to that talks about some real good stuff, and it's a positive thing, and they give you a better way. The next thing that I'm going to tell you, that you want to be a positive entrepreneur, you want to self-develop. All right? You got to self-develop yourself. You got to develop yourself. That's what they don't teach you. Yeah, definitely Eric Thomas, Swan. Definitely Eric Thomas. Yes, you want to listen to those people too. But you gotta self-develop. Let me tell you, you're not gonna be this overnight happy entrepreneur. That's why you see a lot of people that's in business, they're very successful, but they're very unhappy. It's because they didn't self-develop. They didn't learn how to create themselves. They didn't learn how to create what's called that armor over your body. All right? Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. It is simple, but it's not easy. Because why I say it's not easy is because you're going to deal with rejection. You're going to deal with people tell you that it won't work. You're going to deal with the doubters. You're going to deal with people tell you not to do this. They're going to tell you to go back to confined to your normal 9-to-5 job. They're going to tell you to be normal. So you're going to meet all these rejection, all these setbacks, and it makes you even become a negative person towards entrepreneurship. So you got to do what's called self-development. All right? Self-development requires you to do what? Read a lot of books, all right? It requires you to read a lot of books. It requires you to meditate, all right? You got to take time to think. You got to take time to dwell out all the noise, all right? So you got to do these things to make sure that you're in a better position. You got to learn how to pretty much self-develop. Read a lot of great books, all right? I can give you a few authors that you should read. You got to read authors, books like How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Great author, right? You got to read books from Napoleon Hill. You got to read a book called How to Get Rich, right? How to Think and Grow Rich by Dr. David Schwartz, all right? There's so much books out there, guys. I can't even name all of them. There's so many books that I read, all right? And these books help me. Even Ed Mylett books called Max Out, great book, right? Even a book by Swan Wynn, it's called Building People, great book, right? These books helps to develop you as entrepreneurs. It helps you to become a better person. It helps you to grow. It helps you to start thinking and understanding, because as entrepreneurs, you don't have to fail your way to success. You can learn how other people fail so you don't make their mistakes on your way to success, and you can avoid a lot of failures that way, right? And last thing I would tell you that you must do if you want to become a positive entrepreneur. As you can see, look at the people that's commenting in my things. You see a guy named John Blanchard. That's one of my business partners for over 6+ years. Friendship over 10+ years. And let me tell you something. We both come from an environment that we weren't always this positive. And let me tell you, it's because we learned how to remove ourselves away from negative people. All right? I'm not telling you to isolate yourself from people. I'm just telling you that you got to at least cut down the time that you spend around negative people. If you see someone talking about negative stuff, they're calling you to talk about negative stuff, man, click. Hey, Keon, hey, let me stop you before you even go any further. Is this call going to be something positive, uplifting, and it's going to make me money? No? Hey, let me call you back. You understand? That's the type of lifestyle that I live. Because I got to control what goes in my ears. You got to control what goes through this ears and come back to here. Because it doesn't exit out. It stays right here. All right? And sometimes people's negativity, things that's going in their life. Now, my thing is this. I'm not saying that you ignore people if they're reaching out to you to talk about something. But if you don't have a solution to give that person, don't take in all of that onto you. Okay? That's why most of the time I control the timeline that I have. If I see someone on my Facebook that's always posting negative stuff, always drama this, almost drama that, I unfollow them. I don't delete them. I just unfollow them so I don't have to see it. If I was to ever screenshot my timeline and post it, you'd be like, holy crap. No wonder why this guy is always positive. No wonder why this guy loves being on Facebook so much. Because my timeline is like a big self-development class. It's like a constant mentorship. And guess what? I'll give you the last thing that you must do to be a great positive entrepreneur. All the positivity that you're listening to, you're reading, you're getting memes, and you're reading these things, repost them. Repost them, repost them, repost them, repost them. You got to share what you learn. You got to be the change that you want in others. You got to be that person. You can't be that person that holds all of this. You got to put it out there to help others. That's why you guys love listening to me. That's why you guys love when I talk. That's why you guys love when I'm doing something. That's why when you watch my videos, you share them. You share my posts. You share my everything. All right? It's because Everything that I've learned, I post it out for you guys to learn from, and so that way you guys could change your life like it changed mine. And there's nothing wrong with that. I hate when people know something and they keep it to themselves and they want to become this overnight guru, or they want to be this, oh, let me hold on to this because this is my thing. No, screw that. You got to be a person of the world. You got to be a person of the world. You got to give things to people without an intention in the back of your head. You got to be a giver in order to become a receiver. The more you give, the more you get. I believe in that. And I don't believe that the people that you give it to got to be the one that give you something for you to receive. You got to give to the people that you don't want nothing back from. And in some way, somehow, the universe is going to bring it back to you, because let me tell you something. God never let his children suffer. He never do. The more you give to people, the more you're going to get. And I promise you, that's how you be a great positive impact on this world. Remember, your goal in this world is not to be the rich person. Your goal is not to be the wealthiest person. Your job in this world is to leave the world a better world than you came and see it. I'm here to just make an impact. If I die tomorrow, I know I've impacted a whole lot of people. I know my funeral is going to be a big ass funeral because I've impacted a lot of people along my lifetime. And I'm only 31 years old. I'm just getting started. So you think about that. My thing is that I want to be the most positive person on this universe. Now, is it easy? No. Am I always perfect? No. But you know what? I know I've done more positive than negative. My goal is to get to a point where I do a lot more negative than I can even count. My goal is to get to a point where I could do negative and I could count them on one hand how many negative I've ever done in my life. Guess what? And there's so much positive that I don't even remember the negatives. Don't dwell on negativity. Don't dwell on your mistakes. Dwell on where you're going. Once you know where you're going, you know where you're going to be. All right? Always keep the end in mind. Keep the end in mind. Always keep the end in mind. What's your end result going to be? Like me, I'll tell you what my end going to be. I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm going to be a billionaire because I helped over 1,000 people make over $10 million or $5 million a year. I'm going to be a billionaire. But better yet, it's not just to be a billionaire just to say that I'm a billionaire. I want to make $1 billion so that way I can help at least 1 million people a year. See, there's something behind it. I know I can't take that money with me when I die. I know my kids don't need billions of dollars after I die. I just need to show them what they need to do in life to make billions of dollars. I just need to show them how to impact the world while they're here. I just need to teach my kids that, hey, you are a subject. You are a vessel of change. And we got to be the best change that we can be. We got to be the example of change. I told people that I got to lose weight. Man, I lost weight. I didn't lose weight to impress you. I lose weight to be an example. Because I know there's people that's out there suffering with this. I know there's people out there suffering with losing weight and it gets insecure. I was one of them. I gained a lot of weight and then I felt insecure. And guess what? I said, no way. No way will I dwell in this. I will look for the good. And I always find the good in every negative situation. Even when the negative things hurt me. Even when the negative things are against me, I find the good in it, because the reason why many people fail to see the good in things is because they're not knowing where they're going. Anytime God puts you in a situation where you feel that it's unfair, or you feel that you put yourself in a situation where it's unjust and it's not fair to you, you fail to realize the lessons that you could learn from it. Look for the lessons to learn. Don't focus on the fact that this is happening to you. Say, thank God it happened to me. I love all my failures. I love all the things that I failed at. I'm happy that I failed at them in my 30s and my 20s and my teens. I love that I made all these mistakes because it's going to make me a better mid-30 years old type of guy. It's going to make me a better guy in my 40s. It's going to make me a better guy in my 50s. And guess what? It will let my kids see that, damn, my daddy failed through most of these things. He made it so public because I'm such a public figure. And guess what? I was never ashamed of it, because what I always tell you guys, right? Embrace your imperfections, okay? I want you to embrace your imperfections because it means that I'm perfection. All right? You are perfect. God made you perfect. He never made a mistakes. All the struggles and the obstacles that you face today is here to make you the better person tomorrow and the day that you want to become who you are in the future. I believe in you. I love you. And if someone didn't tell you this today, I'm happy I'm the person that's able to tell you. As an entrepreneur, it's called a journey, not a sprint. You're not going to be this overnight success. It takes 10 years to make you an overnight success. I'm 6 years in the games, baby. I'm 6 years in the game. Do you understand? Anybody that knows me and they see this video today, they could tell you that 6 years ago, Keon would not be this guy. If anybody that knows me, don't get me wrong, I was still a positive person as a leader within my crew. But what I'm trying to tell you is that I wasn't such a forgiving person. I hold respect so high. Am I lying, John? John could tell you in the comments. I was the type of guy that you disrespect me, I'm going to pull up. Best believe it, I'm going to pull up at your mama house, your girlfriend house, anywhere. I'm going to see you. I'll pull up at your job. Best believe that. But now, my life has changed. I've changed to the point where I don't even care what people want to think about me because at the end of the day, I love you, man. At the end of the day, I know I love you. I know at the end of the day, I want nothing but the greatest things for you. At the end of the day, I want to see you win. At the end of the day, I want to see you prosper. At the end of the day, I want to see your kids to be successful. At the end of the day, I want to see your family to be healthy, live long lives and happiness because I've got in touch with that. I know what it feels like to be happy. I know what it feels like to be content. I know what it feels like to be healthy. I know what it feels like to have this energy. I know what it feels like to look like this. This ain't no fake. This is it. If you know me, you met me. If you're on my morning calls, they could tell you. The Money Talk crew, they could tell you. I'm fired up. Right? I've always been this guy. They call me champ. Because I call them champs. And they are champions. You are champion. If you're watching this, you are champion. If you like and share this, you are champion. If you comment in this, you are champion. And I love you. All right? I love you. I mean that from my very heart. I don't have to know you to love you because guess what? I know you were made in the same image as me. We're all made in the same image. We're made in the image of God. So if you're made in the image of God, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, purple, yellow, Barney, I don't care. As long as you are a positive person, I want you close to me. If you're a negative person, keep that over there. All right? But that's what it's all about, man. So I hope that helps you guys a lot. I'm actually late for my 12 o'clock appointment, but I had to give you guys that. I promised you that I was going to give it to you, and I love you guys, and I hope this helps somebody. I really do. I really, truly hope this helps somebody. I hope this is really good. If you really like that, just comment on the below. Let me know if you love this type of stuff, and I'll keep putting this type of energy out there, all right? Just let me know, man, because your comments let me know what I need to keep talking about to help you guys, all right? And I promise you guys that I'm actually going to do a video on breaking down about our company and talking about our national campaign and talk about even more about entrepreneurship and why it is. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for the past 4 years, guys. So that's why if you see me in your inbox, I'm reaching out to you. It's because I'm trying to show you how to do the same thing. And I'm really trying to give you a positive light. I'm trying to show you how a negative guy became a positive guy. And that's the reason why I never got rid of my tattoos off my hands, because it's a constant reminder of where I came from. And it's to constant remind you that you too could become something better, all right? So have a good day, guys. I love you all. Always remember that you're one decision away from changing your future for the better. But always remember, the choice is yours, all right? My name is Keon Corniff, your favorite financial educator. And yes, I'm the crowd's favorite. And I can't wait to see you guys at the top. Let's go there together, all right? Be good.